Yes, coming off Daytona, one of the best truck races we have seen in decades. And we're so back for race number 2. More pack racing, more intensity as we welcome you to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series live from EchoPark Speedway.
EchoPark Speedway, here to say the most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome founder and owner of Fr8 Racing, Marcus Barella, joined by members of the Barella family.
Drivers, start your engine!
Green flag is in the air. We're racing in Atlanta. Cole Butcher there pushing his teammate on the outside. That 13 truck, he's only been in a truck a few times, guys. He was impressive yesterday. And the 88 of Ty Majeski right behind him. Andretti off the pace. We were watching how loose that truck was. He had his hands absolutely full. He was 19th at the time that he jumped out of line. Let's take a look here and see what exactly happened with that 5 truck. Adam Andretti making his debut in the Truck Series.
Oh, here you see it right there in the middle of the screen. Just we saw how loose he was lap 1. It usually doesn't get better, Ryan.
It usually doesn't, no, and he did a great job of not hitting anything, right? I mean, it's and we stayed green through all that. Guys behind him did a good job of seeing it and avoiding him and not causing a crash. But yeah, he does not look like he's having fun.
He's trying this move on the top. Oh, he squeezed it in there. I don't think Lane really, he might have let his guard down a little bit, didn't see that one coming. And I mean, that's a classic Josefar move, though. He will like see a small gap and he will wedge his truck right in there and force himself to make moves. And look what he did. Now, getting to the outside of somebody is huge. Look how tight this is going to be. Just a little gap. Oh, that is tight.
Like, I made a little contact there with the wall and that 34 truck. But you got to take those. I mean, you know, you see someone give up their right rear, just kind of the way the track is right now. You're going to jump and take that opportunity. So 6, you know, are within a second of each other. Then you have about a second back to Honeycutt in 7th, and then there's another little group of cars. So I think everyone's starting to hang on a little bit. I mean, we're only almost 30 laps into this run, and people are going to start really seeing tire wear.
Well, I just saw Grant Enfinger come down and stop in his box. Caitlin, what are you hearing?
Yeah, one of the veterans already having issues. A left front down for Grant Enfinger. Prior to that on the radio, he was talking about how his truck's a little free up top. His team trying to tell him it should get tighter as he go, but some misfortunes early for Grant Enfinger. Jamie?
Thank you, Caitlin. So there's Grant in the 9 truck. And you see the damage right there from that cut left front.
Yeah, I'd say the damage happened and then the left front went down. Looks like he got smushed somewhere, somehow. Knocked that left front fender in.
I'll tell you who's making
opportunity to get draft off some of his lap trucks, trying to pull these passes off. He's going to go 3 wide into 3 to make it happen.
First time that Ben Rhodes has been in traffic like this. Wow, those trucks all around him. Yes, he is. Hang on to it. Around goes the 15, Tanner Gray.
no caution. Still
we'll
green.
Stay green.
See, now with all these lap cars, it has brought that group that was behind them.
Thinks about going 3 wide. See what happened to Tanner Gray, the 15. Stuart Friesen in the 52.
Ooh. Tanner's just trying to get a side draft there and misjudged it a little bit as they went through that dog leg here in the front stretch.
Tanner was
Kyle Busch for the lead.
Time. Battle for the lead up front. Kyle Busch takes the lead away from Ben Rhodes.
Not yet.
Trying. Ben says no. I've been the only leader today.
This is great racing here coming down to the end of the stage. These guys are kind of hanging on to their trucks. I mean, Kyle is he's going to slip into 3rd, but yeah, Heim has done a good job of just kind of being patient and taking opportunities where, you know, they're given to him. And now it's, I think Corey is kind of in, well, I thought he was going to be in the prime time spot right here. Kyle's, you know, peek back under him. Kyle's going to lose a couple more spots here.
That was a tough move for Kyle to do right there. That might have been the bad timing. And you see them line up top. Kyle's going to have to make it work on the bottom. Heim got to run.
Corey Heim to the bottom. Can he clear the 99 of Ben Rhodes?
All clear.
Just barely. All clear. New leader.
They're going to try their best here coming to 2 to go to kind of gang up on the 1. And it'll be interesting to see when do they want to time this run of trying to get by the 1.
So Kyle Busch back to 5th now. Does he have time? Stuart Friesen just ahead of Kyle Busch. What a battle it was the end of this race last year between the two of them. Kyle Busch sticking to the bottom. See you guys. Ben Rhodes, guys, sideways. Up front, Corey Heim, Kyle Busch.
Well, we see the whole top checked up because they saw Ben Rhodes trying to get to the outside of Corey Heim. He was almost there.
We got teammates on the bottom. Carson Hocevar right behind Kyle Busch. Ben Rhodes on the outside trying to hang on, but Corey Heim, no teammates around him for Tricon Garage. Who will it be at the end of this stage? Ben Rhodes with a big push to the back bumper of Corey Heim. Heim out front. Out of turn number 4. Corey Heim does it, wins stage 1.
Because there's dirty air everywhere. Kyle Busch just takes the run, right? We talk about momentum all the time, and this is what got Kyle Busch to contend for the lead, and he didn't pull it off. He wasn't able to clear Heim, but what a great sequence of events of just guys setting up passes and trying different moves, but then also guys 4th, 5th taking runs where they're...
Ben Rhodes, who has dominated this race, restarts on the outside. Andres Perez on the inside. Gio Ruggiero, Kyle Busch, stage number 2 underway. Really curious about this 2-tire stop for Ben Rhodes.
See the bottom, they're trying to be disciplined and trying to make it work, but as you see further back, when there's gaps up top, you see the trucks move up, and every time one truck moves up, there you go, Hocevar moved up. Right now there's going to be less energy on the bottom, and that bottom lane will start to pull back if no one makes moves. Hocevar just went back to recharge and went right back to the bottom of 3.
The bottom seems to be hanging a little bit better now as opposed to the start of the race. I think that's, you know, a little bit more rubber on the track. Everyone kind of knows what their truck is handling like. Big block.
Ben Rhodes up in front of Kyle Busch. Andres Perez on the bottom. 20-year-old from Mexico City, Mexico. He's trying to get clear. He just can't shake Ben Rhodes in that outside line.
I think they're going to run. There's Hocevar. There he is. All right. He went up. So Hocevar, he's just doing a good job of like, where can I get charged up the most, right? So he's kind of jumping like back to the top. I've gotten clear on the bottom. Boom, I'm going to take this run 3 wide.
3 wide.
Yeah, that's big. Helton cut right there in the middle. Going to have a big run down the bottom.
But what we've seen with Carson Hocevar, and we've seen it last week too, if he has a run, he will take it, right? And these competitors have to know that. He is going to take every run, and he's got a fast truck, and he's been making. And now he finds himself almost racing for the lead.
Hocevar is just fun to watch. You either love him or you hate him, but he's somebody we're always talking about as they're going 3 wide behind them. Gio Ruggiero stuck behind Andres Perez. They sorted out Kyle Busch right in the middle of the racetrack.
And that was kind of something we saw in the first, right? Kyle Busch made a
couple of drivers found the wall. Caden Honeycutt will take a look here in the 11 truck and see what happened. Doesn't seem like the damage is too much.
Yeah, trying to get outside of Jake Garcia, and Jake, you know, tries to protect and gets a little bit in the fence with Honeycutt, but he's back going. I think he's 11th right now. And then we see Tom Majeski in the Menards Ford. He just looked like it stepped out from him. Kind of got in some weird air, and then he ended up having to pit. I think he had a right front tire down. Yes, he did. It's unfortunate. He was at Menards Ford F-150.
You have these 2 races, Daytona and Atlanta, to fire off the season. With, you know, there are 2 tracks where things can go wrong in a hurry, right? And you've seen a couple trucks already with just flat tires, and you have to make a green flag pit cycle, and you're 2 laps down, and your race is pretty much over. That can happen, you know, and obviously a late race crash. We've seen all those things happen at these super speedway type racetracks.
We saw Honeycutt get in the wall earlier, and it looks like he's got a tire going down.
Have a flat. I'm going to try to limp it.
And it's tough to limp. I mean, if it's a slow leaker, maybe he can, but it's still 16 laps, 15 laps to go. And this is where he got the flat tire and where he hit the wall before. And I think, you know, it's tough. We just talked about it. If you pit, your race is kind of over.
Stuart Friesen make a move.
Well, this looks a lot different than the end of the first stage. It's packed up a lot more. There's a lot more separation at this point in the first stage. So that tells me there's more grip on the track. It's either cooling off, or 2, everyone's got their trucks handling better. Probably a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But now all these drivers are thinking, like, if you're Chandler Smith, I'm 3rd in line. I need to get points. Third's not that bad, right? If I try to make a move to get to 2nd and I fall back to 10th, 3rd looks really good all of a sudden. So you need to be thinking about all that stuff as they get to 3 to go.
The 3 trucks I'm looking at is the Hocevar, Busch, and Heim combo right here. Like they've kind of been working together, and well, Heim's going to get. Now they've separated, but they got the 2 Spire trucks with Hocevar and Kyle Busch that are really, they've been working together to try to island hop, you know, 1 truck at a time, 2 trucks at a time. Like they're going to do it right here in 3 and 4. They're charging up. The 77 is going to get a pretty big run here down the front stretch, and I guarantee you he's going to try to make a move into 1. Well, Kyle's not really close to him, so he's probably going to wait.
2 laps to go in the
Friesen to the
stage.
top. 98.
Stuart Friesen, and he does it. Ben Rhodes
has a
down low.
problem.
He does have an issue. Ben Rhodes off the pace, getting past 5, 6, 7 trucks by him now. Stuart Friesen out front, out of fuel for Ben Rhodes. 2 laps short before the end of the stage. Devastating for the driver who has dominated today.
And he was leading, which means you're burning the most gas.
Yeah.
Final lap of this stage, Stuart Friesen over Chandler Smith. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. there in the 45 taking a look. He doesn't have to think about points, guys. He's here for the win.
That was a huge run. He's in a clear. He's in a
Clear.
clear. Whoa, it's a tight clear.
Not quite. Stuart
Here comes the
Friesen
run
not
up
giving
top.
up. Into 3. They're side by side here. The end of the stage coming. The green and white checkered flag in hand. It's so close, but it's going to be Stuart Friesen in the 52. Winning the stage.
What a last lap. I really thought Ricky Stenhouse Jr. had that one when he got up top into 3 like that, and he was going to get the push off of turn 4, but Chandler Smith was not able to get there coming off of turn 4 to push him across the line and give Stuart Friesen the win.
Here we go as the drivers approach the EchoPark Automotive restart zone. Flag is in the air. Final stage is underway. Jake Garcia with a great launch on the inside with Kyle Busch. Carson Hocevar behind him.
Yeah, I think 4 seems the number you need. I mean, and they might get some more help. You see, you know, a couple of the trucks trying to get there. Jake Garcia's going clear.
Yes, he is. Restarted inside and now trying to take the lead, but Kyle Busch is thinking he's going to be the man. So Kyle Busch out front with Carson Hocevar all over him as a teammate.
Going to get there. You know, they'll finish the race, but a caution could blow up, you know, the whole thing. So we'll see how everyone handles it.
Butcher involved there, right front damage. There you see Sutton's truck comes to a halt right on the front stretch. Guys, it's been a really clean race up to this point.
It's go time. All right, everyone's trying to get track position. It's a gaggle of cars, right? Cole Butcher, top of 3. Oh, a little contact there. Looks like Dawson Sutton's going to be a bystander in this, maybe.
That was Chris Wright in that 81 he had contact with. There it is, right there in progress. Quite a bit of damage to that ThorSport truck. Another look at it here.
Oh, you see Sutton there on the bottom. They were going low to avoid. He kind of clipped the apron. The car to his outside was really close to him, and it looked like it just kind of sucked him around and also got de-wedged on the apron, and then he couldn't control it. A big hit on the outside wall. Good to see him climb out of that thing.
It was. Dawson Sutton right here after that big impact. Oh yeah, big fire under the hood. 33 laps to go, and we're under caution for the 3rd time today for this incident. Big hit for Dawson Sutton. 3 other trucks involved. See how well and how long these 2 teammates work together. Big push by Carson Hocevar. Green flag in the air once again. Kyle Busch with a nose. That inside line though. Nice big push by Ricky Stenhouse Jr. on Stuart Friesen. Pushes him out just a little bit ahead of Kyle Busch.
The bottom's not super organized here. The top 2 are tandem and trying to keep it up here. The rest of them are kind of trying to slinky back to him. So the bottom is it maintained right here. So I'm curious to see if people stay committed to the bottom. You see one car bail, right? If people are staying committed to the bottom, it has a better shot. If guys start bailing, going 3 wide, John Hunter to the bottom of the 10 truck, 3 wide. Is this bottom lane going to maintain to where Friesen and
3 wide. This is for 9th.
Leave it down there. Still middle.
John Hunter Nemechek in that orange and white truck there, getting that big push from the 16 of Justin Haley. Up front, Kyle Busch. On the outside, Stuart Friesen on the inside with a nice push from Gio Ruggiero, that is in the 17.
Yeah, there's just 3 of them down there. It's getting tougher. You're picking up a 4th with Stenhouse there in the 45.
Just not enough energy, Joey, as you talked about earlier on that inside.
But they're tight right there. They're tight. It's just a matter of they stay tight through the corners. Is they're handling good enough where they can stay close enough to pack up on the straightaways, and they're gaining cars down there. They just gained another one. Looked like Akram, I think, back there.
25 laps to go at Atlanta. Kyle Busch out front over Carson Hocevar.
Yeah, he's even with Kyle Busch. Kyle's going to get a big shove down the back. But the bottom is really contending here. They've stayed disciplined to each other. And like Joey said, they gain in trucks, and that just has helped them get even back to the lead.
It was a big push from Gio Ruggiero, pushed Stuart Friesen out ahead of Kyle Busch momentarily, but Kyle retakes the lead. Jake Garcia in that 98 doing a great job today. Started on pole. We've talked about him all day in the top 5, 6. I said we hadn't talked about John Hunter Nemechek much. There he is with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. just behind him on the bottom.
I'm amazed how different this race looks now compared to what it looked the first round of the race. And you see right there,
missed it.
3 wide. Gio getting past John Hunter Nemechek, moves into his spot with the push on Stuart Friesen.
Now you got teammates on the top and the bottom, right? You got the Friesen trucks and you got the Spire trucks on top. So we were just talking about John Hunter, right? He's finally made his way up towards the front of this field.
And I was talking about the beginning of this race when no one could run side by side. Our trucks were sideways. Everyone was out of control. Now we are towards the end of the race, and they're side by side racing, and drafting looks more of a pack, like something you would see in Daytona. So their race has really changed.
Guys, look who's back. Ben Rhodes in the 99. Back on the lead lap. He had the strongest truck, dominated this race, led 70 laps early, ran out of fuel, and now he's back in the hunt. 5 minutes left on NASCAR's clock for adverse conditions rule.
Stenhouse, big push from Ben Rhodes. Stenhouse has now been promoted to being the first helper for Friesen. Rhodes is going to lose all his track position right there.
He's going to get up right there, but
so Ben Rhodes loses a few spots, and they're still nose to nose up front. Kyle Busch on the outside, Stuart Friesen on the inside. Great help behind both lanes.
yeah, that bottom lane's tough. When you look at who's in that line right there, you got Friesen, we know he's fast. We got Ricky Stenhouse, we know he's almost won a stage. He's got a good truck. And John Hunter Nemechek, you know, all these guys know how to do it.
The leaders just crossed the line. That means we've reached our Craftsman 20 to go, and the minutes are ticking down.
Oh, Friesen, I mean, was 2 feet from being clear right there. And now he's going to try to drag him back. So Kyle can't get clear either. They're just slinking back and forth. And just when one thinks he's going to get clear, he grabs a quarter panel and just can't really figure it out.
There's NASCAR's clock counting down 3.5 minutes. It is go time. You know the teams are communicating with their drivers, letting them know the situation. We're going to run out of time before we run out of laps here.
Ben Rhodes with a big move, 3 wide to the bottom, moving third in the bottom lane. Time, he said it, time is running out. You got to make your moves now.
Just like last year. For Stuart Friesen, you mentioned it, redemption maybe. He wants this one bad. It hurt so much for him to come up second to Kyle Busch a year ago.
Right, I'm starting to get nervous about that bottom lane. I don't know, as they run more laps and handling starts to come into play more, you got to think the top's going to start prevailing, but man, they're hanging strong.
Man, they might have a shot right here. Stenhouse going to get to Friesen super early. Kyle Busch has no help. They're going to clear 3 cars getting into turn 3.
Huge push by Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Look at Ben Rhodes up there with a shot at this race at the end. Overcame running out of fuel. Kyle Busch shuffled back to 4th. He still has his teammate Carson Hocevar behind him. Remember this countdown clock, guys. When that expires, white flag comes out. 3 wide for the lead. Stuart Friesen.
Ben Rhodes to the top.
Ben Rhodes to the front.
What a move. That move to the top was incredible.
Big run by Kyle Busch. Going to go to the bottom. Going to get to second.
Busch.
He's going to get side by side with
Here
Ben
he
Rhodes.
comes.
Might even clear Ben Rhodes through 3 and 4. He does.
He does it. Kyle Busch clears Ben Rhodes.
And that caught Ben Rhodes off guard. No one thought that a run could be that big to go from that bar back and actually clear the leader.
Ben Rhodes was so far out front, right? He was just had no help, right? And Kyle, we saw it earlier. Kyle took all the runs possible. He laid back when he needed to. This is going to be a heck of a race between really fast trucks to the end.
Those 2 trucks have been the class of the field today. Just a minute and a half remaining until the leader will get the white flag. Ben Rhodes' birthday, guys. It's been 61 races since that 99 truck has found victory lane. He is fighting for it with all he has. Can he make it happen?
Ben definitely doesn't want to let anyone get to his right rear. You know, you see him kind of protect low, protect. No, big shove here, big shove. Is Ben going to take it?
You got to take it.
Yeah.
And he does.
I don't know if he's going to pull it off. Nope, he's not going to pull it off. He's not going to clear Kyle Busch.
Trying to clear the best in the business when it comes to Truck Series racing.
Ricky Stenhouse did a great job. He forced Ben into a move. He didn't have an option. He had to make a move and forced himself in the second. You see Hocevar trying to pull it off down there now.
Carson Hocevar not going to help that 45 or the 99. Let's see what he does. Kyle Busch is out front. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. behind him. Carson
Big
Hocevar.
run here coming from Hocevar. He decided not to take it.
Jake Garcia to the bottom. Doesn't have any help, though.
He had a nice push, but just not enough.
Big run by Stenhouse right here. He's got to take it. Got to take it. Is he going to be able to pull it off, though? We've seen this to where the bottom truck's not. Yeah. It got tight on the top really quick. Stenhouse had no momentum and got stalled out.
I think what happened there is Hocevar saved Kyle Busch, right? Because Kyle was going to lose his momentum. But look at the run
Ben
now.
Rhodes
Ben's got another shot at it.
He thought better of it. He didn't want to be bottom of 3.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. with the nose over Kyle Busch right now. We're watching the clock. Ben Rhodes is still in this thing. You could put a blanket over them.
And the bottom has suddenly got more trucks, right? I mean, it's all even right now.
The white flag will fall next time by. That will be the last lap.
Oh, Ben Rhodes loose,
super loose.
That's going to destroy the bottom lane. They're not going to get any help down the back. Kyle Busch going to be clear coming to the white flag.
Kyle Busch has won the last 2 races here. 8 Truck Series wins. Meanwhile, the 45 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. made his Truck Series debut last week. White flag is in the air. The final lap of this race. Can Kyle Busch hang on? He's got his help right behind. They're not teammates here on the last lap. If Hocevar can get to his bumper and get a run.
Hocevar going to try to back up. Not really backing up to the 17. Kyle's going to guard it.
Here comes Ben Rhodes. One last look at it. Gio Ruggiero behind the 77. Kyle Busch out of turn 4. Checkered flag is in the air. Kyle Busch wins it for the 9th time in the Truck Series at EchoPark Speedway.
Good job, guys. Real nice work, 77. Thank you.
What a race, man. I mean, unbelievable racing. You know, Aspire trucks working together. I thought Hocevar would have laid back to the 17 to try to get a run, and you know, it just didn't really time up, and Kyle was able to hold him off. But what a fantastic finish. What a great last run of this race where everyone's tried hard and no one wrecked, right? Everyone was taking chances but had control of everything, and that was one of the best races here in Atlanta with the trucks that I've ever seen.
They're all great here in Atlanta. It's
I
like
know,
it happens
but
every time. The racing's amazing. I think Hocevar must do donuts with them. I don't know what's going on here.
I think he's going to. He's like, hey, I didn't make the move. I'm part of this.
I get some
He wants Kyle to look at him while he's doing donuts. Like, you're welcome. Look at him.
Hey, buddy, I helped you.
You want to be here without me? Hey, no.
Never have I ever seen second do donuts.
Kyle must be wondering what is going on. But Hocevar, he just wanted to give him a thumbs up. He goes back to pit lane. Kyle Busch is burning it down for the 68th time in his career. That is a 37.5% win average for this man. Listen to the crowd.
They know what kind of show they got today. They enjoyed watching these guys go at it.
Oh, there's Braxton Busch running out to greet his dad. It was worth the wait, guys. Slight delay for weather, but what a show these drivers put on. How fun is these two racing together?
That's awesome.
Well, the goal, the dream for Kyle Busch is to see his son race in the Truck Series and race alongside him. The Busch guys, that is the future right there. And another bow from Kyle Busch. What a day.
I think you should let Braxton drive the truck back to victory lane.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, he can do it. He might not be able to reach the pedals. That would be a problem.
12 years old. He races the big full body cars.
He'd be fine.